machines have been through tough battles and pulled some amazing upsets, and it's time for them to duke it out for the big showdown. So, let's get the rundown. This is it, the All-Stars Grand Final. One of these machines will be crowned our new All-Stars reigning champions. Will it be Mortis with the Tanto Axe, Blade, and Lifting Arm, who will be taking on our Battle of the YouTubers reigning champions, Peach with the Flipping Wedge and Spinning Blade? Or will it be High AF with their own Spinning Blade on an adjustable mount, taking on the shocking underdogs of this entire competition, Shockwave? I don't know about you, but let the finals begin! High AF Spinner. They obliterated the crushing peak of Raze before they eventually just died against the arena wall. They then tore each apart, littering the arena in bits and pieces, and then ripped away the drive of Diamond Cutter before eventually reversing themselves down the pit of oblivion for some reason. The only letdown of the machine is it not going further than it did in the main competition. But the second round of the semis is nothing to be ashamed of, and the Spinning Blade is still a deadly force to be reckoned with, and has very good odds of winning the All-Stars Championships. Shockwave Lifter. They took a major beating from Picard Destroy and were seen smoking by the end of the battle before they got pushed down the pit. But they made a shocking comeback in the losers' melee as they got Chaos immobilized against the wall and then dropped Firestorm 2 down the pit. They then gave a big push against Dan Tomkier, who slid over the pit only to then reverse down it, and then got their revenge against Picard Destroy in the Heat final by giving them a single push and shoving them down the pit. Where on earth did this come from? Where was all this back in the main competition? Well, like the old saying goes, better late than never. It stunned pretty much everyone down in the pits and are definitely the underdogs going into this grand final.
Roboteers, stand by.
High AF with the adjustable spinning blade that I'm not 100% convinced can properly self-right itself, but whatever. And Shockwave, the very much underdogs in this, with their front lifting plow.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Again, a surprise to see Shockwave in the grand finals, but they're giving High AF problems, and High AF's up and over, and I think Shockwave's lost one of its tires. Actually, it's lost both of them. High AF, meanwhile, in the pit! And that's the end of that! High AF in the pit, they can't come out of there! And Shockwave... Shockwave wins! They win the fight! They're into the grand finals! Holy... I did not expect Shockwave to win. High AF are in the playoffs, and I think their weapon mount's broken as well. They're going to have to get that repaired for the playoffs. I cannot believe it. What an upset. High AF, they fall into the third place playoff. Shockwave makes the finals. Holy cow, who's joining them out of Mortis and Peach? And what grudge match are we getting for third place? Mortis Flipper Axe Bot. They didn't have a difficult time against Mousetrap 2 as they carted them off and down the pit. Took a bit of damage from Hypnodisc, but something was wrong with their drive and they ended up driving down the pit. And managed to pull yet another upset as they danced with former champ Sub-Zero, who drove too far over the pit and fell down. No matter what happens, this has definitely been Mortis' best series to date. And while there may not exactly be the highest of hopes for Mortis going forward in this championship, they have still done absolutely fantastic, and they should be congratulated for it. Peach Spinner. They struggled at first against Choking Hazard before catching them on fire and dropping them down the pit. They then suffered serious damage against Endgame, who looked like they had it before a critical error saw them down the pit instead. And then a strong tussle with Hive Mind, which ended after a final collision of the weapons saw Hive Mind fall backwards and down the pit. Despite the damage they took from Endgame, they have still done amazingly. 4th grand final in a competition they've made. A very strong drive and flipping wedge with a deadly spinning blade. Definitely has what it takes to take the title and could even give us a very entertaining grudge match.
Robot ears, stand by.
Mortis. The silicon carbide armor, the lifting arm and Tanto axe blade. And Peach, Battle of the YouTubers reigning champions with a small spinning blade and the big flipping wedge.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Ground clearance is key, and somehow Mortis has gotten underneath Peach. Well, not a surprise, and not only that, but to throw them down the pit and join them. Well, that was over very, very fast. One of the quickest fights we've had so far. I think that was like 10 seconds that fight lasted. Peach very quickly thrown down the pit, and it's Mortis going on through to face Shockwave in the grand finals. Did not see that one coming, I have to tell you. Out of all the upsets, that one was not what I was expecting, but that's your result. Peach down the pit, and now to have to settle for 3rd place again. Mortis goes through to the grand finals to join Shockwave. That's the final showdown for tonight's episode, but first, the 3rd place playoff, and what a grudge match this is going to be between High AF and Peach, who actually lost 4 in the New Blood Championships last Wars.
Robot ears, stand by.
What a grudge match this is going to be. I've been looking forward to this, to be honest. High AF with their spinning adjustable blade, and Peach with their own spinning blade and flipping wedge in the arena together again. We've seen them twice beforehand. This was their encounter in the New Blood Championships, the last Wars. Their blade too high up, and that gave Peach the advantage to get underneath and disable them. It even broke their weapon, set them on fire, and then dropped them down the pit. And that was the end of High AF in round 1, which is actually their worst performance so far in Robot Wars. But this is their performance in Battle of the YouTubers, the final fight in the grand finals, where High AF gave a much better performance and even caused problems for Peach. Tore apart their wheel, tore apart their armor, whatever that was. By the end of it, there was only one wheel left on Peach, who were smoking, and High AF seemed to have the fight won until a bit of poor driving saw them drive themselves down the pit.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
How will this fight go, I wonder? Well, Peach already underneath High AF, and right now their only chance is to stop that blade of High AF from getting up to speed and doing any major damage, because if that blade does do anything, it will cause problems for Peach like it did before. They were up and over, they self-rated, their blades colliding, and High AF knows to aim for the wheels, and half the wedge of Peach is gone, and that will seriously affect Peach going forwards. And now they're being a little bit cagey with each other. Peach giving chase. Oh, missed. Is High AF okay? I'm not too sure. Peach seems a bit confused as well. Have they collided with each other too much and caused problems with each other's drive? Well, Peach's wheels once again littering the floor. That could be Peach's problem. So good being over the pit, the flame pit. In comes High AF again to tear through. And off comes that front wedge. The entire wedge is gone now. Now that useful for is self-rating, but I don't think there's much else Peach could do. And I've just seen there, two of the tires, the front tires, the wheels of IAF are completely gone. And Peach is having trouble with their drive, the tires completely shredded. I think there's just one left now. And this will not be ending like it did for Peach before. They won't be getting the victory. It'll be IAF getting their chance, their victory in this. They will be coming out third in the All-Stars playoff. Peach is immobilized. Oh, one final onslaught to put an end to Peach. They can't move. They're immobilized. And it's IAF finishing on top, the stronger like-in battle of the YouTubers before they threw themselves down the pit stupidly, and showing just how dangerous IAF is compared to Peach. Peach ripped apart, and unlike before, this time they have fallen. IAF correcting the mistake they made in Battle of the YouTubers, finally annihilating Peach. No drive for them. IAF come third in our All-Stars Championships. But now for the main event. Who will become our new All-Stars champion? Will it be the underdogs Shockwave, or will it be just as much the underdogs here, Mortis?
Roboteers, stand by.
The final showdown for the All-Stars Grand Championships. Shockwave with their front lifting plow, and Mortis with the lifting arm and the Tanto axe blade.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Without a doubt, this has been Mortis' best series so far, and Shockwave throughout this entire competition has given us a major shock, and a shock on us right now as they're pushing away at Mortis, who's firing their Tanto axe blade to try and do some form of damage. But I don't think they have that power. Unlike Shockwave, who's throwing themselves over but righted. Mortis pointlessly flailing their axe and missing as well. Who has the stronger pushing power? Well, I think it'll be Shockwave. And this will be the end for Mortis unless something miraculous happens and they can get away. No! Their lifting arm seals their fate and they fall into the pit. Well done to Shockwave, our new All-Stars reigning champions.
Cease.
Without a doubt. Reverses over the flames into the wall. That's intelligent. Without a doubt. What are you doing, Shockwave? Without a doubt, the major surprise, the underdog throughout this entire competition, and they've won it. Well done. I am absolutely gobsmacked with the outcome. Well done to Shockwave. They crashed out very early in the main competition, but suddenly, out of nowhere, managed to turn this entire competition on its head and take home the title of All-Stars Champions. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Farewell.